Gardner Construction has been running since 2001. Maddie joined us in 2010. We've been going strong ever since, yeah. I guess the biggest point of difference for us is that we're actually a true design and construction company. We actually just do all of our own designs, hence this is one of our designs. Most building companies, myself included, didn't start with money in the bank. You start just at the pub on the back of a napkin and going, you know what, I feel like starting a business tomorrow. Got no money in the bank at all, but I'm pretty sure I'll make it work. And then you do for a long time, which is why so many building companies go bust, because they don't understand money. Like the APB used to say this thing, 4 out of 5 building companies go bust in the first 5 years. In 10 years' time, something like 92% of building companies aren't around. And I used to use those stats for people saying we've been around for 20-something years now. Really, in the last 6 years, we went from 4-5 jobs at a time to 15 projects at a time. We went year on year, doubling our annual turnover every year from the year 2020 onwards. But then also the gross profit margin increased. So we've actively worked on going from a 10% gross profit margin to a 20% gross profit margin. And our turnover just happened to work along the way as well, because you put all these other systems in place to try and get your gross profit margin to where your goal is. You can take on as much as work as you want because you've got all these systems in place and people in the right place, and it just all comes together and it all just falls in place. Yeah, we work a lot still. We don't have to work as much as we do.
Owen loves it though. He loves it. Remember I went to Owen one time and said, I can't stand this. I felt like I was being pulled in all these different directions. Now I feel like I've got a more of a focused approach, and I actually, like Owen said, I love doing what we're doing. I love the goal we got towards moving better jobs, better margins, better quality. Like the fact that we're creating a proper business with people in place that do a good job, and we're counted on and relied on and expected by people, like this house for example, to do a good job and deliver a good result. I like that.
Once we got into coaching, we never turned back, really. It was either coaching or nothing, because once you get your eyes open to what you don't know, it's a no-brainer. The moment you think you know everything, you stop learning. I know builders out there that are doing it on a cost-plus basis for a developer. They'll never lose money. They'll never figure out what it's like to be an actual builder on a fixed-price project, because you're never at risk. And so you're always insulated. You'll go through life with no problem at all. You'll work for wages for the rest of your life, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Until he gets to the point where he's got, oh crap, I need to know my numbers, because I haven't had the safety net of this person funding me the whole time because it's a cost plus project. But we can also only talk from our point of view that I think it's money well spent.
Now that we know, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely an investment where once you are in and you realise the return on that investment, it just becomes another fixed expense like your car reg or insurance or something like that.
I remember before we did it, our wife said, why are we doing this? It's going to cost us money. You know, why do we really need to do it? We weren't doing bad. But then now, I reckon you'd ask them the same question and they can't deny that it's improved us. The lessons we've got out of it, what we get from it, where we've gone from and to is undeniable. And coaching has definitely been a big part of that. Now we've grown somewhere that if we'd said we're going to be back over there then, it would have been probably unrealistic to think like that a little bit.
But the intention was never to scale. The intention was really just to understand a little bit better. And then once you start understanding a little better, you start to get a bit of better cash flow, then you can understand your money a bit better, and then you can go, oh, well, actually we can take on a few more jobs, we can take a little bit more, make a little bit more money here, and then next thing you know, you've got 35 employees and you're running 15 projects at once and going, oh shit, how did that happen? I'd definitely recommend APB to another builder. There's so much information that they have, from the training courses at the very start to the seminars and then into the coaching and the knowledge of all the coaches, the ability to connect with the builders. It's all just about builders, which is great about it. There's no other coaching course around which is solely dedicated just to builders. So if you want information that's purely just tailored to what you do and how you do it and people that understand it, then APB is definitely the people that you want to deal with. That's it, that right there. That's it. That's done. That was just mic drop it, eh?